London in the 1700s was a city of big differences. It was a growing city with over 500,000 people, but it also had a lot of problems that would change the city forever. This was also a time of big changes. Beautiful squares were built in the West End, and builders like Christopher Wren rebuilt the city in a grand way. Because of new advanced AI software, we can now recreate these scenes more accurately than ever before. By studying real paintings and drawings from the 1700s, we can show what London probably looked like, the buildings, streets, people, and feeling of that time. This lets us go back almost 300 years and see the city the way Londoners saw it back then. This is an amazing bird's-eye view of London from the mid-1700s. Looking up the River Thames from where Tower Bridge would later be built, you're seeing the heart of Georgian London, the world's biggest port and the centre of world trade. The most impressive building in the skyline is Sir Christopher Wren's beautiful St. Paul's Cathedral, finished in 1710 after the Great Fire of 1666 burnt down the old medieval city. On the right, you can see the monument to the Great Fire, standing as a lasting reminder of the disaster that changed London forever. The Thames is packed with sailing ships and rowing boats. This was London's highway, full of trade from all over the British Empire. Notice the famous old London Bridge, still covered with houses and shops like it had been for hundreds of years. This view shows London at the peak of its Georgian success, when it was changing from a medieval city into the capital of a growing world superpower. This is the famous view from One Tree Hill in Greenwich Park, looking northwest toward London in the mid-1700s. You're standing at what would become one of the most important scientific spots on Earth. In 1884, Greenwich was chosen as the location of the prime meridian, making this the center point where all longitude is measured around the world. Below, the elegant Queen's House sits between the grand columns of Greenwich Hospital, finished in 1751 as a home for retired naval sailors, Britain's version of Les Invalides in Paris. These beautiful buildings by Christopher Wren and Nicholas Hawksmoor were statement architecture, showing off Britain's control of the seas. Greenwich was the entrance to London for ocean trade, and this high viewpoint let visitors see the entire approach to the capital. The well-dressed people in the front are enjoying what was thought to be one of England's best views, a view that has amazed artists and writers for over 300 years and looks almost the same today. This is Leicester Square in the mid-1700s, one of London's fanciest neighbourhoods. The grand building in the centre is Leicester House, built in 1635 for the Earl of Leicester, and later home to several members of the royal family, including Frederick, Prince of Wales. The square became a place where great artists gathered. William Hogarth lived and worked at number 31 on the right, marked by a statue of Van Dyck above his door. Across the way at number 47, Sir Joshua Reynolds would open his portrait studio in 1760, painting the most important people of that time. Notice the horse statue of King George I in the centre of the square, put up in 1753. By this time, Leicester Fields had changed from open farmland into one of London's most wanted addresses, though its best days as a fancy neighbourhood were coming to an end. Within a few decades, entertainment would replace wealthy residents as the square's main feature. Next, we arrive at the south bank of the Thames, looking across to the Tower of London, Britain's strongest fortress, seen from the water that once served as both its moat and its highway. For over 700 years, the tower controlled who could enter the city of London from the river. Its huge stone walls showed the power of the king. The White Tower, the massive Norman keep at the centre, was built by William the Conqueror starting in 1078, using Caen stone brought from France. By this time, the tower had many uses at once: royal palace, prison, weapon storage, mint and treasury for the crown jewels. The waterfront you see here was the main entrance for prisoners arriving by boat through Traitor's Gate, including Anne Boleyn and Sir Thomas More, before they were executed. The different sailing ships on the Thames remind us that this was London's main trade route, with everything from royal boats to merchant ships passing under the tower's watchful eyes. This is the busy courtyard of the Royal Exchange in the 1700s, where world trade came together in one amazing space. Founded by Sir Thomas Gresham in 1565 and based on the Antwerp Bourse, this was England's first specially built trading centre. Merchants from around the world gathered in this open-air courtyard twice a day. Trading sessions were marked by the ringing of the bell in the tower above. Picture this: deals being shouted in dozens of languages, the rustle of bills of exchange, the scratch of pens on contracts. The covered walkways on multiple levels had shops selling luxury items, books and maps, while Lloyd's of London ran their insurance business from these very galleries. This single building turned London into a financial superpower, the model that would inspire stock exchanges from New York to Hong Kong. This is St. James's Square in the mid-17th century, the top of fancy London and one of the capital's most exclusive addresses. Built in the 1660s, this square attracted the richest nobles in England. Dukes, earls and prime ministers competed for homes here. What you're seeing is royal gardener Charles Bridgeman's 1720s makeover of the square. He put in that elegant basin, 150 feet wide and surrounded by 8 stone towers with lamps, enclosed by decorative ironwork. Before Bridgeman's work, the square had been, in the words of residents, rough and very messy, muddy, neglected, and honestly embarrassing for such important addresses. St. James's church spire rises in the distance. Within decades, this square would change from fancy homes to the clubs, businesses, and organizations that fill these buildings today. This is Cheapside, a busy shopping center in Georgian London. The name comes from the Old English word cheap, meaning marketplace, and for hundreds of years, this was where people made fortunes. The elegant steeple rising above the street belongs to St. Mary Le Bow, Christopher Wren's masterpiece rebuilt after the Great Fire. Those famous Bow Bells decided what it meant to be a true Cockney. Anyone born within their sound could claim that proud title. Down this wide avenue, merchants sold everything from silks and jewelry to books and spices. The rows of shops you see on both sides were among the most expensive stores in the world. This wasn't just a street, it was the Oxford Street and Wall Street of the 1700s combined, where London's merchant class built their businesses one deal at a time. History has left us thousands of these amazing engravings and paintings from cities around the world, snapshots frozen in time, waiting to be brought back to life. So tell us in the comments, which city would you like to see brought back next? Your choice could be featured in our next video. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the past.